No, should not have the mask. Hey everyone, this is Narrow Peak, trying to find a location on this beautiful motorcycle to mount my camera. I have a couple of ram mounts on my handlebar, but I wanted something on the body that doesn't quite turn with the handlebar. So there is, as you can see, I tried mounting something here. I'm gonna take this one off. It looks freaking ugly. Otherwise the bike looks so beautiful, except for that thing that's super ugly, so it's gonna come off. I tried this thing, which didn't work pretty well. I'm gonna try now something here. This is what this cubby looks like. This little thing where the speakers are supposed to be. My motorcycle didn't come with speakers because of the chip shortage, so I have taken this one out, and this is how it looks like inside, in case you were wondering. So the idea is to put a small hole here. There's nothing inside. I'll actually make sure that nothing is actually hindering, so should be able to still close the mirror. I mean, yeah, it's just to squeeze through like smaller places. For example, that tiny gate. As you can see, I don't have any bags there just because of that gate. I cannot get the bike in and out with bags on, so I have to take them off. But I don't have to do anything to the mirrors because they're high enough. They go right over the fence. So, but if anybody has any problems storing, in case you're storing your bike inside a garage, you can just fold them up from both sides, and gives you a little bit, probably like a couple inches on both sides. So the mount would have to be here. I have the mask because for a prolonged time, if I stay out, my allergies or the reaction to the allergies start acting up, so that's why the mask. All right, so let's see, where is it? I ordered this ram mount. I'm gonna snap this baby to my chest. There you go. All right, so I have this mount. I hope you guys can see. And this is what I'm expecting to mount right here. And it would be nice. I mean, I don't think anybody would even recognize. You can't even see it. It goes behind. I think it nicely matches all the black kind of plastic here. And it shouldn't interfere. The mirror is already closed up, so I should be able to put a hole right here and should be able to mount it. The other place I was thinking about was right here, but then now it's sticking out a bit, and I really like this upright position, or like this. As you can see, there's literally no place on this facade, I would say, on this plastic body. There's no, just like a nut or screw hanging out that I can mount this thing on. This one is a 10 mm screw hole, so I bought a couple of things. But yeah, there's nothing. It's pretty clean finish. So BMW for RT didn't really leave any space to mount your extra accessories. I mean, it's supposed to be a clean bike. This is not an adventure bike. It's supposed to look nicer. This is how it's gonna be. Before that, I'm gonna put the bike on the main stand. I think I can do that at the least. A little bit struggle there, but I got it finally. Okay. Yeah, this is much better. Alright. I think we gotta check something before. I mean, this is not gonna be on the other side. It'll be right here. But it's exactly what we want. If anything, it should be like this. Not touching anything. Alright, let's start with the small one. Bigger bit. So something happened. I made two holes. There's one in the bottom, there's one on top. The top one is where I actually wanted it, so I'm gonna make it somewhere in the middle. Now going for the big boy. Fuck me. Okay, so I did mess it up a little bit here. I recommend you keep something here so you don't do the same thing. I'm gonna have to patch this up with something. Okay, this is the bolt. However, it goes through. Yay! I never had a doubt. So now, to seal any, gaps and holes, I'm gonna put this sticker. I'm gonna cut it and then just stick it behind. Put a nice hole in the middle so the screw can go. This is the final product. Hey, looks good. So make sure that it sticks here properly and seals it for any water damage. Well, forget about the damage that I did, but at least there shouldn't be any water seeping through. But I don't think there is anything in here that would be bad anyway, and plus it covers that ugly second bolt. So yep. So this setup is mainly going to be my for my Insta360 camera, because then it can be a little bit out here and gives a nice view of the rider and the passenger. And when it's out here, it gives unobstructed view in the front. So I'll see if I can also mount my GoPro there. But quite frankly, I like these sturdy mounts on the handlebar for GoPro. Okay, I think this part's tight enough now. And as you can see, it completely sealed up the hole. So that's exactly what I was looking for. And plus, I think this little sticky, the GoPro sticky in there, is gonna dampen some of the vibration at high speeds. I have washer and a nut. So I bought two sizes in case inside there's no space inside to fit this big one. So I'm gonna try to fit the big one first, because I was gonna hold it in place much better. Oh yeah, I can. Completely squeezed in, and it is not moving. Oh my god, this is so nice. I love this setup. Shout out to a member from R1250 RT community on Facebook who actually shared this idea. So this whole setup required a 3/8 drill bit. I have it taken out, that's why it's not here. 3/8 drill bit. So the nut I had was 17 mm, and that was a 10 mm screw because this whole ball joint has 10 mm hole for the screw. So I'm almost done. Time to put this thing back. Let me put the camera on my chest. All right. So only a few locks here. So I'm gonna go from bottom. Is it bottom? This one's bottom. Only one on the bottom, two in the top. So I'll go with the one that has highest number. So top and bottom, and just locks in, just like that. Nice and clean. I wish they come up with something to fill out these cubbies. You saw how much empty space was in there. So it's just like a basket or like a cup in there, and then like a lid that opens up. That would be nice. Maybe I'll 3D print something. Thank you. And you see how this little stick is sticking out. Does not interfere with anything. Let's make sure of that. Extend the windshield completely. No issues. I'm gonna try to turn. Let's see if the handlebars are obstructed. Just gonna hop on. Okay. Okay. So for full, it's touching it a little bit, although not that crazy. So it has to be like this, and then it won't. Hey, so that was a little tutorial about how you can create a mounting position for R1250 RT, the new one, which does not have any bars or ugly tubes hanging out on the front side. Unfortunately, you'll have to put a hole there, but it gets you a nice unobstructed view of the front if you want. You don't have to go through the windshield. Also gives you a chance to put an Insta 360 over here, so you can get a nice view of your passenger at the same time in the front, and because it's on the left side, on the left hand side. That was a nice ride. Now I see little problem. You see how this was? It was like aligning with this line over here, with this piece. When I would drop down, the whole thing, it's not shaking at all. It just cannot take the weight. So I'm gonna have to get like a small screw or something and punch a hole underneath and put that screw to support it a little more from this side. So I'm going right now to Ace to see what I can get to support this whole setup. It has some locks in there, so it has like 3 locks up top. So I added this little screw here and this is gonna avoid this whole setup from tilting downward when it has load from top. So I'm trying to push it really hard and it's not moving, and if that's not moving, then with regular use it's definitely not gonna move. This is how it looks like from inside. Could have been a little bit better, maybe, but hey, first attempt, this looks pretty nice. I like it, and hope you guys don't make the same mistake I made here. I shaved off a little bit of plastic here when I was drilling this big hole, but the second one, see, I learned. I hope you learned something new. Shout out to a Facebook group member who shared this idea first on Facebook. If you are RT lover, please join the Facebook groups for the new R1250 RT or 1200 RT and 1250 RT. There are multiple groups. All are great people online, give you nice suggestions. So this is not my idea. This is just a tutorial on how to get this done and where you can make mistakes, just like I scratched up a little like plastic over there that I didn't have to. But hey, I could have avoided that, but learn from my mistakes. Now you can avoid it. Thank you for watching the video. Please hit the like button if you learned something new, and consider subscribing. Ciao.